A must-watch, 6 subtle signs she's into you, Old Stoic wisdom. The greatest wealth is to live content with little, but the richest man is the one who can read the silence of a woman. Logically inspired by ancient Stoic thought. Welcome back, gentlemen. In a world full of noise, the truth is often hidden in silence, and the same goes for attraction. Most men miss the signs, not because they're blind, but because they've never been taught how to see. Today, we're uncovering 6 subtle signs that a woman is genuinely into you, drawn not just from modern psychology, but from timeless Stoic wisdom that teaches us to observe calmly, act deliberately, and never chase validation. These signs aren't about obvious flirtation or dramatic gestures. Real attraction is often quiet, almost invisible to the untrained eye. But once you understand the signals, you'll start to see them everywhere. And more importantly, you'll learn how to respond with calm strength and grounded presence. Why this matters for the modern Stoic man. Attraction isn't a game. It's a conversation without words. When you miss the signs, you end up confused, chasing, or even walking away from something real without knowing it. But when you learn to read them, you stop guessing and start leading. This isn't just about romance. It's about clarity. It's about becoming the kind of man who sees through surface behavior and connects on a deeper level. A man who doesn't get thrown off by mixed signals because he understands the difference between female mystery and female interest. The Stoic lens on female attraction. You see, while men are often visually driven, women are drawn to something deeper. They look for strength, not in muscle, but in emotional steadiness, confidence, and the way a man holds space for her to be herself without judgment. From a Stoic perspective, this means living as your highest self, not reacting, not chasing, but attracting through inner control, presence, and awareness. So how does a woman show she's interested without saying a word? Sign 1. Prioritizing time with you. When a woman is truly interested in you, one of the most significant and subtle ways she shows it is by prioritizing time with you, regardless of how busy her life may be. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone seems to be running in different directions, making time for someone is one of the clearest signals that you hold a special place in her life. It's not always about grand gestures or elaborate dates. Sometimes it's the simple, everyday actions, like a coffee date after a busy work day, last-minute weekend plans, or even a quick chat during her lunch break, that reveal her interest. These moments might seem small on the surface, but they carry a powerful message. They tell you that she's consciously carving out space for you in her life, which is an indicator of her genuine feelings. We all know that time is one of the most valuable and limited resources we have, and when she chooses to spend it with you, she's making a significant statement. You matter to me. She's saying that despite her demanding schedule or the pressures of daily life, she values your company enough to make time for you. It's easy to overlook these small moments, but they often carry more weight than we realize. They aren't just fleeting gestures. They are her way of saying she's interested in building a connection with you. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's rare for people to give away their time freely, especially when they have a lot on their plate. In fact, many people's lives are so filled with work, family commitments, and personal responsibilities that even a few minutes can feel like a sacrifice. So when she prioritizes her time with you, whether it's arranging a coffee break amidst her busy day or clearing her schedule for you on a weekend, it shows a genuine level of care. She's showing that she's not just passing time with you, but intentionally investing it in your relationship. In a way, it's as if she's saying, out of everything else in my life, you're important enough to receive my most precious asset, my time. When she does this, it's a clear sign that her feelings are more than just casual interest. She's likely looking for a deeper, more meaningful connection with you. Now, if you find yourself in the fortunate position of having a woman prioritize time with you, it's important to acknowledge and appreciate her efforts. It might seem obvious, but it's easy to take such gestures for granted, especially if you're caught up in your own life and obligations. A simple, "Thank you for making time for me," can go a long way. It lets her know that you see the value in what she's offering and that you're grateful for the time and attention she's giving you. This simple recognition can strengthen the bond between you, showing that you don't take her efforts lightly. Acknowledgement can often be more powerful than any grand compliment because it reflects a deep understanding of the significance of the act. It shows that you are paying attention to her actions and that you recognize the importance of the connection you are building together. However, it's not just about her making the effort, it's also about your response. Relationships are built on mutual effort and understanding, and it's essential to reciprocate her time and attention. Being fully present when you are together is crucial. Don't just show up, engage with her emotionally and mentally. Put away distractions, such as your phone, and focus entirely on her. Make her feel heard, valued, and appreciated during your time together. This can be as simple as maintaining eye contact during conversation, asking thoughtful questions, or just being attentive to her needs and emotions. When you're engaged and present, it reinforces her decision to prioritize time with you and shows that you too care about the relationship. Moreover, when both partners are equally invested in making time for each other, the relationship becomes stronger and more fulfilling. The effort you both put in creates a deeper sense of trust and intimacy. It's not about the quantity of time spent together, but the quality and the mutual respect for each other's time and presence. In today's world, where distractions are constant and people are often overwhelmed by their responsibilities, being able to truly prioritize each other is a rare and valuable thing. So if she's making the effort to spend time with you, don't just accept it, acknowledge it, be grateful for it, and reciprocate it with the same level of care and attention. This is how you build a meaningful connection that can stand the test of time. Time spent together with mutual effort and appreciation lays the groundwork for a relationship that goes beyond the surface and creates a deeper, lasting bond. Sign 2. Building connections. Why she's paying attention to you on social media. In today's digital world, where interactions are often initiated through screens, the subtle signs of attraction are no longer just confined to physical proximity. One of the most powerful indicators that a woman might be interested in you can be found in the seemingly innocuous gestures she makes on social media. While you might overlook the significance of these digital exchanges, they are actually a modern form of flirting, an early step in creating a bond. If a woman constantly likes your posts, comments thoughtfully, or views your stories within moments of you posting them, it's not random. It's not just a friendly gesture either. It's a signal, loud and clear, that she's interested in your world. Just like in the days of old, when a lingering glance or a casual touch might indicate interest, today's digital touches, her interaction with your online content, reveal much about her feelings towards you. She might tag you in memes, send you reels that remind her of your conversations, or react to your posts even when there's no clear reason to do so. These actions are subtle, yet they hold weight. It's her way of staying connected to you, remaining present in your life, and most importantly, keeping the door open for further interaction. In a world where we're bombarded by countless notifications and posts, if she's consistently engaging with you, it's a sign that you stand out to her. Why is this so important? The answer lies in the psychology of attention. Think about it. Attention is one of the most valuable things we can give or receive. It's easy to let your eyes wander, to scroll through a feed without truly noticing the posts that pop up. But when someone truly catches your interest, you begin to focus on them, even if it's only digitally. When a woman engages with your social media content, it's a low-risk, high-reward way for her to stay in your life, observe your reactions, and gauge your interest without the vulnerability of direct confrontation. In the past, subtle physical signs, like a smile, a glance, or even the way a woman might position herself around you, would have been the indicators of attraction. Today, these small acts of digital attention have replaced those traditional gestures, and she's still looking for the same validation. Does he notice me? Does he care? The great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts." If you're receiving consistent attention from her online, it's not random. It's because she's thinking about you. She's checking your profile, staying in touch with your updates, and quietly signalling that she's interested in you, even without saying a word. These digital engagements, though seemingly insignificant in the moment, are actually profound expressions of her desire to be closer to you. The digital world has made it easier than ever for people to express their interest in each other without the fear of rejection, and if she's taking that step to consistently interact with you, it's because she wants to know if you'll respond. Now, let's talk about how you should respond. The worst thing you can do is to treat these interactions as if they're meaningless or irrelevant. When you see that she's liked your post or commented on your story, don't just double tap and move on. That's passive and it shows disinterest. Instead, engage back. Don't just acknowledge her interaction, respond with genuine curiosity. Ask follow-up questions, start a conversation, or share something meaningful in return. This exchange goes beyond just the surface level. It creates a foundation of comfort and understanding that can transform from a digital interaction into a real-world connection. Think of it as the first steps of building trust and intimacy. By engaging back thoughtfully and consistently, you begin to show her that you're not just interested in her as a person, but that you value the connection you're building. However, be cautious. Not every like, comment, or story view is a sign of attraction. In a digital world flooded with fleeting interactions, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that every simple act of engagement carries deep meaning. But if she's engaging with you intentionally and consistently, if her responses are thoughtful, and her engagement is regular, it's a clear indication that she sees something in you and wants to see where it could go. Look for patterns, not isolated actions. If she reacts to your posts only once in a while, it may simply be out of politeness or habit. But if there's a consistent effort, if she's taking time out of her day to interact with your content regularly, then you can be sure that her interest is genuine. And let me be clear. The key here is not just to notice her engagement, but to respond. You cannot afford to be passive in today's world of online interactions. If you want to see if she's truly interested, take the next step and engage with intention. Respond to her comments with more than just a thanks or a simple acknowledgement. Dive deeper, show your curiosity, and offer meaningful replies that make her feel like you're genuinely paying attention. This is how you turn digital attention into a real-world connection. She's waiting for you to make the move. Remember, social media is a tool, a powerful tool to connect people, but it's what you do with it that matters. You've been given an opportunity to engage, so take it. Like, comment, reply, but do it with intent. Don't let this chance slip by. As the famous philosopher Seneca once said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." The opportunity is right in front of you, and how you respond will determine whether this connection evolves or fades into the background. Don't let hesitation or doubt hold you back. Seize the moment, engage with power, and watch how the relationship unfolds. If you found this valuable, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. And positive affirmation to comment: I am confident, attentive, and capable of building strong connections. Sign 3. Active listening and engaged responses. You'll notice this subtle sign almost immediately, her attention. It's in how she leans just a little closer when you speak, as if your words are precious to her. It's in how her eyes don't wander, but stay locked on you, piercing and full of focus, as if she's trying to absorb not just what you say, but who you are. And then she reacts. She nods in agreement, sometimes even mirroring your gestures, aligning her body with yours, as though she wants to synchronize with you emotionally and physically. Her questions? Thoughtful, curiosity laced in every word, making sure she understands every nuance of what you say. She laughs longer at your jokes, even when they're not that funny. It's no accident. This is active listening, a deep, powerful form of engagement that signals she's emotionally invested in the moment with you. Now, let me ask you this. Why does it matter? Why does a woman's engagement in conversation reveal so much? It's because, at the core of it, women don't just give their attention to anyone. They don't listen so intently unless there's genuine attraction, an invisible but undeniable pull toward you. In the ancient world of Stoicism, the great philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus taught that we should never waste our energy on distractions. We should focus on what is important, on what holds value. And in relationships, attention is everything. When she's offering you her full presence, she's not just responding to your words, she's feeling something deeper, something that resonates within her soul. It's a connection she doesn't easily share, a vulnerability she extends only to someone who has earned it. This is more than just a fleeting moment. It's a powerful exchange. Her active listening is a reflection of her desire to connect, not just with your mind, but with your spirit. It's a psychological truth that the deeper the emotional connection, the more effort she will invest in understanding you. She's not just looking for conversation. She's looking for meaning. She's actively listening because she wants to understand the depths of who you are. So what should you do with this knowledge? Here's where the Stoic wisdom kicks in. As a man, you need to be fully present. This is your moment. When you're in the conversation, don't just be physically present. Be mentally and emotionally engaged. Put away distractions, yes. That means the phone, the notifications, the urge to check the time. All of those things pull you away from the powerful present moment. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So when she's speaking, think deeply. Respond with intention. Show her that your words are not empty. Show her that you have the wisdom to listen as much as you speak. Make eye contact, strong, unwavering, not out of intimidation, but out of quiet strength. This isn't about controlling her. This is about making her feel heard in a world that rarely listens. Ask her questions that go beyond the surface. Probe the depth of her thoughts, her dreams, her fears, not for your benefit, but for hers. Let her share what matters to her. Sign 4. Playful teasing or flirting. This is the stage where things begin to take an exciting turn. If she's cracking jokes, playfully challenging you, or mock-arguing about something trivial, it's a clear sign that she's into you. But why do women engage in this behaviour? Well, flirting is not just about fun. It's a natural, instinctive way to build comfort and establish a unique bond between two people. When she teases you, it's not only a way to keep the conversation lively, but also to gauge your reaction and establish rapport. Psychologically, it's a tool for emotional connection, helping both individuals feel more comfortable around each other, while also creating a sense of anticipation and excitement. Think of it as a game, one that brings the two of you closer together without any serious stakes. The key is that she's creating a space for playful interaction, one that invites you to engage with her on a deeper level while maintaining a sense of fun and lightness. How should you respond to this? The first rule is simple. Match her energy. If she's teasing you in a light-hearted, playful manner, you should mirror that tone. Humour and confidence are the weapons you need. When you laugh at her teasing, it shows that you don't take yourself too seriously. And that's a very attractive trait. But be careful not to overdo it. Don't turn her playful jabs into a full-blown competition. The point is not to outdo her, but to create a back-and-forth exchange that stays fun and engaging. For example, if she teases you about your choice of drink, don't get defensive or upset. Laugh it off and throw a playful tease back her way, keeping the mood light and positive. This is your opportunity to show her your charismatic side and demonstrate that you're comfortable with yourself and the playful energy she's creating. It's crucial to avoid taking her teasing too seriously or getting defensive. If you react with frustration or defensiveness, you'll kill the playful vibe and create distance between you two. The goal here is to keep the interaction flowing with humour, not to turn it into a serious debate or competition. Think of it like this. The more you can laugh at yourself and roll with the playful punches, the more you'll show your emotional maturity and self-assuredness, both of which are incredibly attractive qualities. Keep in mind that this playful teasing isn't about putting anyone down. It's about building a connection and showing that you can take a joke and engage in light-hearted banter without any hard feelings. As ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Teasing, when done right, is a way of making the most of the time you spend with someone. It's a way to connect, create joy, and build that ever-important bond that can turn into something much deeper. So, the next time she teases you, embrace it as an opportunity to show your humour, charm, and confidence. Remember that this is just one of the many subtle signs that she's interested in you. So don't overthink it. Just enjoy the moment and keep the energy light. As always, be yourself, but be the best version of yourself, and let the connection flow naturally. What do you think? Have you experienced playful teasing in your interactions with someone? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of the game. Most men miss these subtle signs and stay stuck in the cycle of confusion. Don't be one of them. Comment below. I'm ready to match her energy and take the next step in connecting. Sign 5. Subtle touches. One of the most subtle yet powerful indicators that a woman is drawn to you can be found in the delicate gestures of physical touch. At first glance, these touches may appear innocent, nothing more than casual, passing interactions. But in reality, they often speak volumes. Imagine you're engaged in a conversation, and during a particularly interesting or heartfelt moment, she brushes her hand ever so lightly against yours. It's not a forceful grab or a flirtatious lunge, it's a gentle graze that feels almost like an accident, yet there's intention behind it. Or perhaps, during a deeper discussion, she places her hand on your arm to emphasize a point. A touch so natural, it doesn't feel out of place. Or maybe you crack a joke, and as she laughs, she casually places her hand on your shoulder or lightly touches your back. While none of these gestures would seem significant in a world where physical contact is everywhere, in the realm of human connection, they are powerfully telling signs. They're not accidental, they are her way of silently expressing comfort, and more importantly, a desire to connect on a deeper level. From a psychological perspective, touch is often considered a language in itself. It can be a bridge between emotional and physical attraction, especially in situations where verbal communication might not fully capture what someone is feeling. The way she reaches out to touch you, whether it's the lightest tap or a more intentional rest of her hand, is often an unconscious effort to create a bond. She might not even realize it, but through these small gestures, she's signaling something deeper. For a Stoic man who values self-control and the ability to observe rather than react impulsively, understanding this is essential. A woman's touch isn't just physical, it carries emotional weight. It's her way of expressing an unspoken desire to be closer to you, to bridge the gap between two souls. And as a man grounded in Stoic wisdom, your response to such gestures must be thoughtful and measured, never overblown or hasty, but always respectful and in tune with the moment. When you sense that subtle touch, a brush of the hand, a gentle tap on your arm, a soft hand resting on your shoulder, it's important not to rush into a reaction. Don't read too much into it immediately, but don't ignore it either. There's no need for dramatic escalation or overly eager reciprocation. A Stoic strength lies not in reaction, but in response. The way you choose to respond should reflect both your awareness of her gesture and your respect for her space. If she touches your arm to emphasize a point, the natural and respectful response could be mirroring that gentle touch. Maybe, when speaking, you place a hand lightly on her shoulder to acknowledge that you're in sync with her thoughts, not as a push for something more, but as a subtle signal that you two are comfortable and connected. This shows that you're aware of the energy between you without forcing anything to go beyond what feels natural. Remember, the beauty of these subtle touches is in their simplicity. The Stoic approach here is to allow these moments to unfold naturally, without haste, without overthinking, but simply being present and letting the connection happen in its own time. In today's fast-paced, often distracted world, genuine moments of physical connection can be rare, so it's essential to recognize their significance when they appear. These subtle touches carry meaning that words often fail to express. When she touches you, whether it's a light brush of the hand or a brief rest of her palm on your arm, it's not just about physical closeness. It's about emotional vulnerability, trust, and an invitation to draw closer to one another. A woman doesn't have to say anything. Her touch says it all. It's an offering of comfort, an indication that she feels safe and seen in your presence, and perhaps, though not necessarily, a sign that her feelings toward you are growing. As a Stoic, you understand that life is full of moments of fleeting beauty, and part of living wisely is being able to recognize these moments without feeling the need to control them. Don't rush to define the touch, nor rush to act upon it immediately. Instead, let it sit with you. Reflect on it without forcing meaning into it. Let it breathe and allow the connection between you to unfold at its own pace. The art of touch is subtle, and the wisdom of responding with respect, patience, and grace is what will set you apart. A woman's touch, after all, is a form of communication that speaks volumes without saying a word. And as a Stoic man, your strength lies in your ability to listen, to observe, and to respond in a way that honours both the gesture and the connection it signifies. So, when you find yourself in a moment where a woman's touch lingers just a little longer than expected, don't panic. Don't overthink it. Recognise it for what it is, an invitation to connect, a subtle yet powerful signal that she feels safe with you and may be open to exploring something deeper. Be present in the moment. Mirror the gesture if appropriate, and above all, let the connection unfold naturally, guided by your calm and Stoic nature. Because sometimes, in the simplest of touches, a brush, a tap, a soft hand on your arm, a deeper bond is being formed, one that speaks more clearly than any words ever could. Sign 6. Genuine eye contact. There's a reason why the saying, "the eyes are the window to the soul," has stood the test of time. It's because it holds a truth that every Stoic, every wise man throughout the ages has understood at his core. Long before a woman speaks, long before she touches your hand or lets you into her world, her eyes will tell you the truth her lips may be too cautious to reveal. If you're attentive, if you're present, you'll notice when her gaze lingers just a moment longer than necessary. It won't be obvious to everyone, but to the grounded man, the man who walks through life with presence and discernment, it's unmistakable. Her eye contact isn't accidental. It's deliberate, but subtle. She may glance, look away, and then return again. And in that quiet second or third look, there's often something far deeper than curiosity. There's invitation, warmth, even vulnerability. She's not just looking at you, she's looking into you. And she wants to know, are you strong enough to hold that look without flinching? Psychologically speaking, eye contact triggers the same parts of the brain responsible for forming bonds, trust, and intimacy. It's not just about attraction, it's about emotional resonance. It says, I see something in you that speaks to something in me. This is especially powerful for men who have been hardened by life, those of us who've been through heartbreaks, betrayals, victories, and losses. When a woman gives you that kind of look, it reaches past your walls and touches something ancient and soft inside you. It reminds you that no matter how Stoic you've trained yourself to be, you are still deeply human. And this is where real strength lies, not in the denial of emotion, but in the mastery of it. In Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius once said, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look there." Eye contact is one of those rare moments where two people silently look into themselves through each other. And if you're wise enough to recognize it, it becomes a powerful gateway to connection, not lust, not conquest, but truthful presence. That's what she's testing when she holds your gaze, your capacity to be present. Are you grounded? Are you confident? Are you still enough within yourself that you won't look away out of fear or insecurity? And here's the part most men miss. When she looks at you that way, she's offering you a gift. She's saying without words, I trust you enough to be seen. That takes courage on her part. So how do you respond? You don't stare her down like a predator. You don't smirk or puff up your chest. You meet her eyes with calm strength, with soft confidence. Hold that gaze not as a challenge, but as an acknowledgement. Let your expression tell her, you're safe here. Add a relaxed, genuine smile, not forced or performative, but one that comes from a place of internal peace. That's the kind of man women are drawn to, not loud, not needy, but solid, stoic, grounded, a man who doesn't seek attention but naturally commands it. In real life, this may happen in the most unexpected moments. At the grocery store, at a cafe, during a meeting. You may be talking to her about something mundane when suddenly her eyes meet yours in a way that changes everything. You feel it instantly. Time slows just a little. If you're wise, you won't rush past it. You'll pause, look back with the strength of someone who has nothing to prove, and let that quiet exchange speak volumes. That moment may be the beginning of something, or it may simply be a beautiful recognition of mutual energy. Either way, you grow from it. As Epictetus once reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When a woman gives you this signal, your reaction reveals your level of self-mastery. Shrinking back, breaking eye contact too quickly, or overcompensating with bravado, these are signs of imbalance. But holding her gaze with quiet self-assurance, that's power. That's masculinity refined by experience. So I challenge you, brother, the next time you notice a woman holding your gaze, don't brush it off. Pay attention, stay grounded, receive it with presence, reflect it with sincerity, and respond with courage. The way you handle eye contact tells her everything she needs to know about the man you are and the man you're becoming. In a world full of noise, distraction, and shallow attraction, genuine eye contact is sacred. Learn to value it. Learn to speak through it. And now I'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever had a moment where eye contact said everything? When a look changed how you felt about someone or revealed how she felt about you? Drop your experience in the comments below and let's build a space of wisdom, brotherhood, and real understanding. You never know. Your story might help another man recognize the truth in his own. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comments section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. Common misinterpretations of female signals. In the world of relationships, one of the most challenging yet intriguing aspects is deciphering the subtle signals a woman sends when she's interested in you. Many men are keen to understand these signs, as they want to navigate the delicate dance of attraction with confidence and clarity. One important lesson to remember is that not every action from a woman means she's into you. Simple gestures like a polite smile, a compliment, or brief responses might not be signs of romantic interest. Instead, they could simply be expressions of politeness. It's crucial to distinguish between normal, courteous behavior and the signals of attraction. Context is everything. One isolated action, a friendly glance, a quick smile, does not paint the full picture. However, when these signs start to align, when eye contact lingers, conversations become more engaged, and subtle touches occur, it's a clearer signal that she might be genuinely interested in you. This alignment of behaviours is where the magic happens, where the true communication of interest begins to emerge. However, one key piece of advice is to avoid over-analysing. It's tempting, especially in the early stages of a relationship, to dissect every little thing she says or does, hoping to find some hidden meaning. But this constant scrutiny can cause unnecessary anxiety and uncertainty, which can be counterproductive. Instead, the Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius comes to mind. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. In this case, don't waste time overthinking her behavior. Be present, be calm, and stay open to what's unfolding without forcing interpretations onto every little detail. Confidence is your best ally here. When you notice these signs, trust yourself and trust her signals. If you feel uncertain, it's perfectly okay to ask directly. I feel like we get along really well. What do you think? This simple, honest question not only clears up confusion, but also opens the door for more genuine communication, letting her know you're interested without putting too much pressure on the situation. It's a way to engage respectfully while maintaining your sense of self-assurance. When it comes to responding to these subtle signs, it's essential to stay grounded in your confidence. Attraction thrives on authenticity, and confidence doesn't mean being arrogant, it means being comfortable with who you are. When you notice the signals that suggest she may be interested, don't second-guess yourself. Respond naturally as your true self. The key here is not to overthink. Overanalyzing can turn moments of connection into a mental game, making the interaction feel strained and unnatural. Let the conversation flow freely, and when the moment feels right, take the next step. Whether it's asking her out, suggesting a fun activity together, or simply expressing your interest in a straightforward, respectful way. As the great Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely stated, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This applies here as well. Don't waste time wondering if she's interested. If the signs are there, take action, but do so with the calm and confidence that comes from understanding yourself and the situation. To summarize the key points about recognizing the secret signs of a woman's attraction, let's review the 5 subtle yet powerful behaviors that indicate she's into you. First, genuine eye contact is one of the most telling signs. If a woman maintains eye contact with you longer than usual, it's a powerful indicator of interest. In a world where distractions are everywhere, when she locks eyes with you and holds that gaze, she's signaling something deeper. Second, subtle touches, lightly brushing your arm, a soft tap on your shoulder, are often physical expressions of attraction. Touch is a powerful communication tool, and when it's done naturally, without feeling forced, it's an unmistakable signal of interest. Third, active listening is another key sign. If she's engaged in the conversation, asks thoughtful questions, and remembers things you've shared with her, it means she values your words and is invested in building a deeper connection. Fourth, playful teasing can also be a subtle sign of attraction. If she gently teases you or makes light-hearted jokes, it's a way for her to show that she's comfortable around you and enjoys your company. Finally, prioritizing time with you is one of the most telling signs of all. If she makes an effort to spend time with you, whether it's planning activities or simply making herself available, it's a clear signal that she values your presence in her life. As these signs accumulate, they become a clear picture of attraction. Recognizing them in real life can be transformative, allowing you to engage with more clarity and confidence. Remember, relationships are built on mutual understanding, respect, and effort. By paying attention to these subtle signs, you're not only increasing your chances of understanding her feelings, but also positioning yourself to build a stronger, more meaningful connection. The journey of understanding female signals is not about guessing or overanalyzing. It's about trusting your instincts, staying grounded in your own confidence, and embracing the natural flow of a developing relationship. So next time you notice these subtle signs, don't hesitate to take the next step, whether it's a simple conversation or a more direct expression of your interest. Trust yourself and the process, and let the connection grow naturally. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever noticed these subtle signs in your interactions with a woman? How did you respond? And what was the outcome? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about this fascinating aspect of relationships. Hey there, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found these 6 subtle signs helpful in understanding the signals she might be sending your way. Remember, patience and mindfulness are key when applying Stoic wisdom to relationships. Stay calm, observe carefully, and always respect boundaries. If you found value in this video, share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more insightful content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Understanding the subtle signs that a woman is into you can transform your approach to relationships. By learning to read her body language and actions, you'll gain insight into her true feelings, making you more confident and capable in any situation. However, it's not just about recognizing these signs, it's also about how you respond to them. When you begin to embody the traits of a high-value man, everything changes. Women always return to you if you act with purpose, confidence, and integrity. Let's dive deeper into the power of embodying these Stoic principles to become the kind of man who naturally attracts and retains the respect and admiration of those around him. This is where true connection begins. Number 1. He doesn't crave her attention desperately. Imagine a scene that unfolds like a quiet revelation, a lesson drawn from the deep well of Stoic wisdom tailored for men navigating the unpredictable currents of relationships, particularly those of us between 35 and 70, seasoned by life yet still eager to understand why women seem to circle back when we least expect it. Picture two men, each approaching a woman in his own way. The first is a whirlwind of anxious energy, his phone buzzing with messages as he peppers her with questions about her day, her plans, her next move, his eagerness spilling over like a river breaching its banks. The second man, though, moves differently. He's a steady oak, rooted in his own world, reaching out not out of need but with purpose, his words few yet weighty. Now pause and ask yourself, which one stirs her curiosity, lingers in her thoughts? Stoic philosophy, with its timeless clarity, points to the latter, the man who doesn't crave her attention like a starving man craves bread. This isn't a game or a fleeting trick. It's a way of being, a reflection of inner strength that men of our age can cultivate to become what the ancients might call high value. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That strength, that self-sufficiency, radiates outward, drawing others in without a single plea for notice." Let's unpack this further, because it's not just about playing it cool, it's about living with a quiet dignity that speaks louder than desperation ever could. The man who doesn't cling to a woman's every word or chase her validation isn't aloof. He's secure, a harbour in a storm rather than a boat adrift. He knows his worth isn't tied to her response time or her fleeting approval. This is where Stoicism offers us a lantern in the dark. It teaches that tranquility, freedom from the chaos of neediness, isn't just a personal victory, but a magnetic force. Women, whether they articulate it or not, are often pulled toward men who embody this calm confidence, this independence that suggests a partner who brings something solid to the table, someone who enhances life rather than leans on it. Think of Penelope in Homer's Odyssey, surrounded by suitors clawing at her skirts, each one more frantic than the last to win her favour. Yet it was Odysseus, battered by years of trials, who never wavered in his sense of self, who returned not as a beggar for her love, but as a man whole unto himself. She didn't choose him out of pity or obligation. She chose him because his steadfastness shone through, a beacon of what true value looks like. That's the Stoic thread weaving through this tale. Attraction blooms not from grasping, but from standing tall in your own skin. And here's where this gets real for us, brothers, in this journey of life. It's not about pretending you don't care. It's about genuinely building a life so rich that her presence is a bonus, not a lifeline. A high-value man, in the Stoic sense, doesn't crumble when a connection fades. He nods, dusts off his hands, and keeps tending his own garden. He understands that if she drifts away, it's not a mark against him. It's just the natural rhythm of compatibility finding its course. Seneca put it best. What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. So why waste energy chasing what doesn't fit? Instead, pour that effort into yourself, Sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, pursue your purpose, and watch how the right woman, one who matches your frequency, gravitates toward you. In my own life, I've seen this play out. The times I've chased too hard, I've lost myself and her. The times I've stood firm, focused on my path, she circled back, intrigued by the man who didn't need her to feel complete. So, gentlemen, take this stoic nugget and run with it. Don't just act like a high-value man, become one. Live with intention, not desperation, and let the chips fall where they may. I'd love to hear your take. Drop your thoughts below, and let's unpack this together. How's this wisdom landed in your own story? Number 2. He uplifts her genuinely. To truly uplift a woman is an expression of respect and appreciation that transcends mere words. It is an embodiment of the Stoic belief in the power of virtue and character. Stoicism teaches us that the greatest gift we can offer others is to recognize and affirm their inner qualities and contributions, and a high-value man understands this principle deeply. He knows that to make a woman feel truly valued isn't about resorting to empty flattery or offering superficial compliments that may leave her feeling unimportant. Instead, he focuses on acknowledging the qualities that define her as an individual: her intellect, her kindness, her resilience, and her unique perspective on life. When a man uplifts a woman in this way, it isn't a momentary attempt to win her affection, but a consistent practice that fosters genuine respect and connection. Take a moment to reflect on a woman's strength in a difficult work situation, or how she showed compassion in an emotionally charged moment. These are the qualities that truly matter and deserve recognition. When you recognize her intellect or the thoughtfulness she brings to conversations, it reflects that you see her for who she is rather than how she looks or what she can offer. A high-value man's approach is not to heap on vague compliments that may sound hollow, like, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." These kinds of statements can feel like a tactic, or worse, a cliché. Instead, he chooses to highlight specific actions and traits that reveal his genuine admiration. For instance, telling her, "I was impressed with the way you handled that difficult project. It showed incredible determination," or "Your passion for the things you love is inspiring," shows that you have taken the time to observe her as a person, someone who brings more to the table than just her appearance. This reflects the Stoic idea that we should focus on character and virtue as the core of our relationships. Compliments based on inner qualities show that you are paying attention to her authenticity and depth, reinforcing her value not as a mere object of admiration, but as a human being with unique strengths and capabilities. Furthermore, the act of uplifting a woman reflects your own integrity and character as a man. A high-value man recognizes that by celebrating her achievements and acknowledging her strengths, he is building a relationship based on mutual respect. This approach creates a dynamic where both individuals are encouraged to be the best versions of themselves. When you uplift a woman in this meaningful way, it creates a powerful ripple effect, not only boosting her confidence, but also fortifying the foundation of the relationship. This mutual recognition and admiration breed a bond that goes beyond surface-level attraction, forming a partnership rooted in respect and deep emotional connection. In today's world, where superficiality often runs rampant, taking the time to uplift a woman authentically can set you apart as a man who understands what truly matters. Just like Stoicism teaches, living truthfully and practicing virtue is key to navigating relationships with integrity and sincerity. By focusing on her character, you demonstrate a level of emotional maturity that not only strengthens your bond, but also fosters a lasting connection built on real respect and understanding. The more you embrace this Stoic mindset, the more you will find that women are naturally drawn to you, not for what you can superficially offer, but because you are a man who values and elevates those around you, allowing them to shine in their truest form. Number 3. He embodies confidence and self-assurance. Picture this. You're at a crowded event, the hum of conversation filling the air, and there she is, a woman who catches your eye, stirring something primal within you. Most men freeze, trapped by doubt, overthinking every step. But you? You're different. You're a high-value man, forged in the fire of self-worth, unshaken by the chaos of the moment. You stride toward her, not because you need her approval, but because you know who you are, a lion among sheep. This isn't just charm, it's ancient Stoic wisdom, carved from the minds of giants like Marcus Aurelius, who said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. That strength is your weapon. It's not loud or brash, it's quiet, unshakable, a force that draws her in like gravity. You don't hesitate, you don't waver, you act. Why? Because a man who masters himself masters his world. This isn't guesswork, it's a law of nature. Women return to men who radiate this power, this certainty. Imagine it. You approach her, your mind clear, your purpose firm. The Stoics taught that what you control is yours, your actions, your resolve, and what you don't, like her reaction, isn't worth your worry. You say hello, your voice steady, your eyes locked on hers. She might smile back, or she might turn away. Either way, you stand tall, unmoved. Rejection? It's nothing. It doesn't scratch your armor. Seneca nailed it. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. You don't crumble, you thrive. That's the secret. That's why she'll circle back, drawn to the man who doesn't bend, who doesn't chase, who simply is. In today's chaos, endless swiping, shallow games, this rooted confidence cuts through the noise. It's rare, it's magnetic, it's victory. Don't be the guy who waits, who wonders, who misses his shot. Modern life rewards the bold, the self-assured, the men who seize control. A high-value man doesn't lean on her for validation. He builds his own empire, brick by brick, through discipline and principle. Epictetus put it best. First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. Know your worth. Act on it. She'll sense it, the depth, the stability, the quiet power, and she'll want in. This isn't about tricks or pickup lines. It's about being so damn solid that she can't look away. You're not proving anything to her. You're proving it to yourself. And that's the hook. That's why she'll return, why she'll crave your presence. Authenticity wins, always. So here's your charge, men. Step into your power. Right now, hesitation is weakness, action is strength. In a world of noise, be the signal. Walk through life like a king, not a beggar. Want proof? Look at the men who win, not the loudmouths, but the ones who command respect without saying a word. That's you. That's your future. Don't wait for permission. Don't fear the number. Claim your ground. Like this message if you're ready to own your worth. Comment "I am enough" to lock it in. Subscribe for more because men like us don't settle. We rise. Act now, or watch someone else take your place. The clock's ticking. Be the man she can't forget. Be the man you were born to be. Thank you for watching. If you found this video valuable, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on more life-changing content. It helps us reach more people who could benefit from this wisdom. If you have any feedback or thoughts about today's video, feel free to drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your opinions or discuss anything you'd like to dive deeper into. Your voice matters. Remember, the path to becoming a high-value man is all about embracing wisdom, mastering yourself, and living with purpose. Stay strong, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next video.